Welcome back, everyone, to another incredible episode of Chat with Dan here. Now, for today, we have on the show, she's back, the incredible, amazing, the badass, the superstar, the one and only Ali. Ali, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Doing fantastic. What better way, right, to have an incredible, super badass, epic Sunday than to be chatting with someone as badass as you? You know what I mean?
You're the best. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow, helps a lot. But also, on the description below, you're gonna find all of Ali's social media. Let's follow her. But if you are wondering why she's super badass and awesome, in the description below, I'm gonna, let the interview I had with her a couple of months ago, so you can be like, I get it now. Now, without further more, so for today, we have a total different thing, right? You are, you are in the middle of a play going on over the past few days, right? So the first question I'm
Yes.
gonna ask, to start this whole conversation is, tell us about it. Tell us a little bit about this play.
Yeah. So I'm in a play here in Los Angeles with Rogue Machine Theatrics at the Matrix Theater in West Hollywood, and it's called Hitler's Tasters, which I know is a kind of jarring title, but it's pretty amazing. It's written by Michelle Colos Brooks, who's actually the daughter-in-law of Mel Brooks. Wow. Um, so Mel Brooks' daughter-in-law wrote this play based on a true story that happened during World War II. Hitler had 15 teenage girls taste his food to make sure they weren't poisoned.
Hmm.
And she wrote this dark comedy, though. It's not, there are heavy elements to it, of course, but it's actually very funny. I think the tagline is times change, but tyrants and teenagers don't,
Mm-hmm.
which I think it sums it up because it's really about girls, teenage girls, and how they are during any time period. And there's a lot of um, things that go on during 1940s Nazi occupation that can be mirrored back to the world today. So I think it's a really interesting play, and I love being in it.
Okay. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about your character and what drew you to this, to that role, let's say.
Yeah. I play a girl named Anna, and she is the most sensitive of the lot. So it's just four of us in the show, four women. And I love my character. She is very curious, and she's sort of the one in the show that um as things get darker and darker, she's questioning what's going on and why we are maybe following certain rules that maybe don't feel as correct, or just challenges the norm that the other girls are sort of blindly going with.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was your preparation process for that character? Did you have like to do like any special research or training perhaps going on?
Yeah. So I've actually over the years played several girls during the same time period, but on the different side of the same coin. So I've played a lot of young Jewish women throughout my life.
Hmm.
And Anna is not Jewish. She is a German girl. And so I feel like I had a pretty good understanding of that time period of what was expected of young women during that time. I always like to have music really helps me tap in, and our show actually has a lot of musical interludes in it. So um, finding both contemporary music and music of that period, like Frank Sinatra and Billie Holiday, to sort of find an emotional arc that might be what Anna would listen to either back then or today,
Hmm.
which is fun. It
Yeah.
was a really collaborative process. Our director, Sarah Norris, and our writer, Michelle, were really good at guiding us through it. They had worked on this piece before in New York and in Edinburgh with a different set of actors. So they were really good at letting us make it our own while still knowing sort of where we needed to eventually find our way to, which
Hmm.
is amazing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. I like it. And
Mhm.
tell me, like, how does performing in this play differ from other roles that you have played in the past?
Um, I would say the biggest difference is that it is an extremely intimate space,
Mm,
very intentionally intimate. It's meant to immediately thrust the audience into a spooky situation and feel like you're in a bunker. So it is about 40 seats right in front of you. I've done many plays over the years, but often those theaters have orchestra pits or there's just a lot of space between you and actual faces. And this is in the most emotional and funny moments. There are people, I don't know, maybe not even 2 feet in front of you, which is absolutely insane and a challenge, but also really cool to feed off of the audience that way.
mhm. I like it. And also yeah, that specific time is like one of my favorites, and the whole history behind it, and what happened, besides World War II, of course, like what happened in the other parts of the world and everything. And yeah, okay. I like it.
Yeah.
And what has been like the most rewarding part of working on this production so far?
I've absolutely loved it. I've never done a show that was just women before, and it's been such a particularly um, emotionally very safe experience to explore all these, some of them really intense and personal themes with just other girls. I don't know if I'll ever have that experience again, but it's been so fun, and I all of the women are so talented and also so kind and supportive.
Mm,
And so we've just been having so much fun, even as we explore some of the darkest times in our history
yeah.
and going through some of the darkest things that young women face. So that's been amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell me a little bit about the whole audience reaction so far. Tell me, has there any surprising or particularly touching responses from the audience so far?
Yes, it has been really interesting. We're in, I think, week 4 of our run. And it changes every night. To me, reading the script and working on it, I think of it as such a funny piece. It's a just described as a dark comedy. And I think it's hilarious. And some nights there's just roaring laughter. And other nights, um, it's you could hear a pin drop. And at first I think we all thought, oh gosh, like on nights like that, like what's going on? We're missing our beats. But it's not true. Sometimes, especially if the audiences maybe skew a little older, it depends who's there and what their experience with the time or the piece is. They get wrapped in, and those audiences also end up loving it, but in very different ways. And so
Mm,
learning how to like bounce off of what they're giving us and tap into that has been really interesting, and very new for me, but fun.
that's
Yes.
badass. Just saying. I
Yeah,
love it.
it's
I
cool.
love it. And what have you learned about yourself throughout this, yeah, throughout this role?
Oh my goodness. What have I learned about myself? I think I I I shouldn't speak for the other girls, but I think we've all had different moments where we've either something that our character has gone through or just things have come up, big life things, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like fully working out this personal issue right here within a script with this character that's not at all me, but also very much me." If that makes any sense at all. And really to there are just 3 other girls on this stage with eyes on us and just really a table and 3 chairs and nothing else. So really to trust and rely on my other actors and really know that whatever happens out there, we've got it. I think that's been um an amazing thing to experience. And I'm sure I can take that into whatever the next thing I do
Hmm.
is.
Yeah. And like, how do you see this role influencing your future career choices or acting style for the future?
Hugely, actually. I've been talking about this a lot recently.
Mm.
So I am a Jewish woman. I'm not playing a Jewish girl in this, but the story, obviously, if you're talking about Germany, Holocaust, there's obviously huge references and meaning to the Jewish community with that.
Yeah.
And I really love telling Jewish stories, something so personal to me. And I think I look back at the last year or so and what I've auditioned for, maybe things that I got close to that I really wanted that didn't work out. And the fact that this is the play that I got to sink into, feels so correct. And so I hope that I can be really mindful what I choose to pour my heart into and have them be stories like this that I fully believe in and I think are so important. And I really hope that the next things I get to do, I will care about as much. It's hard to imagine caring about a play as much because I do love this one, but I think it really will be informative of what I choose to really put my time and energy into.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if your character could give you one piece of advice, what do you think that it would be?
Oh, I think to really stick to what you know and your instinct and belief, and not to give up your integrity just to fit in, because I think that's a huge thing that comes up for Anna. Things feel wrong, and there's a lot of pushback against her when she challenges, what if this is what they're doing? What if we don't really know what's going on? And the other girls are like, we have to trust this, like, don't say that. And I think that comes up whether you're a teenager or an adult. I think we all face varying levels of that. So I think that's my biggest takeaway from her.
There you
Yeah.
go. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
that is like badass level, level 5, level 10. I mean, we're killing it here.
Yeah.
Epic.
Totally.
Epic. And you know what? My final question. To
Mhm.
those who haven't seen this play so far, and to those, who are in the Los Angeles area, tell me where to watch it, about around like what time, when I can watch it again, things like that.
Yes. So at the moment, we are running 4 days a week, Friday nights at 8 o'clock, Saturdays at 5 o'clock, Sundays at 7 o'clock, and Mondays at 8 o'clock at the Matrix Theater, which is this really, I would say, at least for Los Angeles, a historic theater in West Hollywood. We are in their upstairs immersive space. And at the moment, we are running till June 3rd, but they are talking about, because we've been selling out and people are really responding to it, I think they're hoping to extend that into throughout the following month, but that's not official yet. But it's there, and Rogue Machine is who's producing it at the Matrix Theater. So that is where you can find us.
There you go.
Yeah.
Get your tickets now. I love it.
Yeah.
That is incredible. And the fact that you are doing something, that is actually, I mean, besides making you happy, but that you're passionate about, that you found like this project that somehow resonates with you and everything. I mean, that is incredible. And I'm super sure that those who have seen it would agree that your performance is superb. I love it. That is incredible.
Thank you. I love it too. I feel so lucky.
Epic. Couldn't agree more. Now, if you are, watching this, or perhaps listen to this on Spotify, Apple, or on YouTube, and if you are in the Los Angeles area, I'm gonna leave in the description below, all the links and everything here, so you can check it out, and making it happen. Go watch it. Watch it now. And Ali, again, thank you so much for making this happen. Keep rocking out there, keep shining, keep being super badass, keep inspiring, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you. Thank you so much.